Monday, and it's time to talk technology because it's National Cybersecurity Month. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us right now. Good morning, Luis.
Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So we're going to talk about how our passwords may not be as safe as we think they are, and Google wants to do something about it.
In honor of Cybersecurity Month, Google released last week a tool, an extension that you can add to the Google Chrome web browser for those people that are using Chrome, and it's actually the predominant browser in the market, so a lot of people use it. But an extension is essentially a little application that you could add to the browser that does various and sundry things. In this case, they've come up with a Google extension called the Password Checkup. One of the things that Chrome does is that it lets you store your passwords for different sites as you enter them, and you have the option to have Chrome store them. And they're stored, by the way, they're stored locally as well as in the cloud. So it's not just a cloud-based tool. And what the Password Checkup does is it analyzes all of your user IDs and passwords and tells you if your passwords are too weak or if you're using the same password in multiple places. So it gives you kind of a little analysis of all the passwords you're using. But most importantly, it searches the dark web to see if that particular password and user ID combination have been compromised and will warn you of that. So it does a dark web scan as part of its features, and it's all free. Just something you can add to your Chrome browser anytime you want.
Have you tried this yet?
I have, and it was kind of nice because it gave me a clean bill of health, makes me feel good, and it said that all my passwords were in good shape and none of them had been detected in any known data breaches. So if you are interested, I would definitely download the extension, which is easy enough to do. You can either just Google Chrome extensions and you'll be led to the web store, or if you are in Chrome, if you go up to the upper right-hand side, you'll see the 3 ellipses, and you can go from there to more tools and extensions and get there the same way.
Does it require that you change passwords, or it just notifies you and says, hey, you might have a problem here?
Yeah, it'll give you any passwords that have been compromised and recommend that you change them. I'll also tell you, hey, you have a bunch of passwords that are all the same. You might want to change those, and it'll tell you which ones those are. And then you can go to those sites and change those passwords. But it won't do anything for you other than just alert you to problems and issues that you should take a look at.
So how does it find out what your passwords are? Do you have to input your passwords into this program, or does it just scan all the sites that you go to that are password protected, and it's able to see what you have?
This only works if you're using the Google Account Password Manager, and that's built into Chrome. So when you go into a website and you enter a user ID and password and Chrome pops up and says, hey, do you want me to remember this? If you say no, then the Password Checkup won't have anything to compare it to. But if you're using that very secure password account manager that is built into Chrome, then you'll be able to use this Password Checkup feature.
Luis, before we go here, so what are some of the principles that you recommend for people to keep their passwords safe?
Well, first and foremost, make sure you use complex passwords. That is, don't just use letters or even letters and numbers. Try to use what I consider a passphrase. So a lot of times, just create a password that's long enough, at least 11 to 12 characters, if not longer, and it uses a combination of uppercase and lowercase numbers and maybe even special characters if the password allows for it. Also, don't ever write down your passwords anywhere. Piece of paper on some people keep a spreadsheet, like an Excel spreadsheet with all their user IDs and passwords. And let me tell you, once somebody gets a hold of that, then you're kind of screwed. So just use a password manager, either what's built into Chrome, for example, or something that you download like LastPass or OnePass. That's a more secure way of storing your passwords.
All right. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, our guest today. Online, it's alvareztg.com, @AlvarezTG, the Twitter handle. Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.